Jaguar has just dumped an Olympic swimmer from advertising because she tweeted an anti-gay slur, which I don't understand. Do people not realize that Twitter is public and everyone can read what you're writing, unless you have a private profile?
Right.
But people are so dumb. It's unbelievable. So it's Stephanie Rice. Stephanie Rice is watching a rugby game with Australia versus South Africa. And I guess Australia won. And Stephanie Rice goes on her Twitter account and she writes, suck on that F word.
All right. Do people understand what the F word is? I mean, I guess some people have caught up and others aren't.
I feel so dirty saying it. Like, it's such a dirty word. But I'll say it, for, I'm going to quote what she's saying.
Yes,
she
please.
says, suck on that faggots.
Right. It's like, ha-ha, we won, and she's, goading the other side. She's, of course, a triple Olympic gold medalist for Australia, so then Jaguar flips out and they pull her contract. Okay. Now, of course, the question is, should they, right? First of all, should you use that word? Of course not. Should you know that Twitter is public? Of course. So it was dumb, right? But honestly, I think Jaguar should have talked to her first. Like, do we know that she meant it as I mean, look, it's a gay slur. But I think context matters. I think what was in her head matters. If she comes in and says, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. That was so stupid. I did it at the spur of the moment. Of course I didn't mean it. I don't, la, 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 la. Then it's one thing. If she comes in and she's like, what? They lost the rugby game. They're a bunch of faggots. Then I'm like, okay, no, yeah. You got to go. You got to go, right? Can't have it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that matters. I think that this is partly because Jaguar is, I think, targets, marketing-wise, the homosexual community.
They do.
Right? So they want to send out a big sign saying, oh, look at how tough we got on her. Look at that. We're totally pro-gay. Buy a Jaguar. By the way, you know what? They also pulled her Jaguar from her. She had a $100,000 plus late model A Jaguar series. I don't even know what that is. Okay.
A means Australian dollars, so it was $100,000 in Australian dollars.
Sorry, my bad. I apparently really
but
don't know what that means.
Jaguars are insanely expensive, so
yeah.
it's around that ballpark.
So they pulled that Jaguar out from underneath her. She's like, no. Apparently she's a little hurt too. She can't participate in the next games that are coming up.
Right.
She's in for a world of hurt here.
Well, that's just too bad. You don't use words like that.
So you're saying in the end,
yes,
good riddance.
Yes. People need to learn that word is not okay to use. Like, you can't throw that word around. Okay? So I think this sets an example. You don't use that word. It's a terrible word. That would be like me going on Twitter saying, suck on that N-word. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. It's so dumb.
Well, look.
And it's unacceptable.
No, I hear you. It's just something that's been said for a very long time, and it's good to get it out of the language, right? And it's good to, but are you, every time somebody says it, do they have to be punished?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm curious about it. I mean, JR, what do you think?
I can't even tell you necessarily why. Like, there's not levels of things or people you can offend with certain words, but is she going to learn a lesson, or is everyone just going to be afraid? I think the only way people learn the lessons is to understand why it's such a stupid thing to say, because they just thinking they're saying like, suckers. That's kind of her context. Who knows what her life is like, or who she knows, and whether or not she accepts homosexuals in the world or not. But I think it seems like it's just out of ignorance. So if she does know, all it's going to make people think is be afraid to say what they already think rather than changing their minds. That's why I wonder.
Yeah,
if there's no way
I guess I'm worried. I'm trying to figure out why I'm worried about it. I'm worried that we shut down conversation, and that we got the N word, we got the F word, we have the R word, and eventually there's going to be an X word and a Z word, and then we're all going to be talking in codes we don't understand. Then there's going to be 2 F words and 3 Z words, and and look. So when I say context matters, for example, and the severity of the punishment, I think, does matter. So let's say somebody dunks on somebody in the NBA, right? I'll make up. Dwight Howard seems like a nice guy, so let's throw him under the bus because he likely wouldn't do it, right? So Dwight Howard dunks on somebody and goes, "Oh, what happened now, faggots?" Right? Now, should somebody pull Dwight aside and say, "Hey, don't do that," right? That was caught on camera. It's wrong, etc. Good, right? They give him a little fine. Hey, maybe that sets a good example. Fine. They fired Dwight Howard from the Orlando Magic. No, that's crazy. right? Or he loses his contract with Nike or whoever he has it with. I think that's too much. And it's easy to throw, Stephanie Rice under the bus. She's a gold medal winner in swimming from Australia. Off you go. You're no Dwight Howard, okay? I mean, keep it real. That's part of this, right? Don Imus got fired not just because he said something offensive, but because he had terrible ratings. You get that combo and you're gone. If you had great ratings, who gives a damn, right? So now, on the other hand, if somebody came in and said, hey, you know what, let's say there's a gay player somewhere. I think there was an offensive lineman that came out recently in football. He's not current, but a former player. If somebody said, oh, I'm not going to play with him, he's a faggot. Okay, then you come out 10 times, 100 times tougher on him because he's not offhandedly saying something we shouldn't be saying anymore. He means it.
Right.